What's up, fellas? Chris Teresi here, professional sports bettor, founder of WeCoverSpreads.com. Here to bring you all the Wednesday market breakdown. We got a lot to talk about. First things first, though, we've had a winning day the last 7 days in a row. 18 and 7 runs, 72% winners, just beating the books down in college basketball. I mean, we're at 59% winners for the year. We're getting real close to 60. We're off of 4-1 night last night and just been tearing them up the last few weeks. Seeing everything with 2020 vision right now, so we can't complain. NBA starting to also get on pace to bring us into the right direction and pick up. So, everything's looking good. And tonight, you could pick up my all access card. I have a 5-star NBA bet, 4-star bonus NBA bet, and 3 college basketball bets tonight. So 5 games in total in my 5-star Wednesday all access pass, and also my March Madness special. I've been told you guys about it. You get every pick from the day you purchase it till the tournament starts, and that's up for sale for a special discounted rate through this Saturday. So let's get into this because we got a lot to talk about. First, NBA, talk about the public positions, the games the betting public is most heavily involved in. You're looking at Oklahoma City Thunder, the Pacers, Orlando, especially here locally in New York, a lot of anti-Nets money. Minnesota and Chicago are going to be the biggest games as far as tied into parlays and stuff from the average Joe regular betting guy, betting parlays and whatever. But it adds up, and that's the games books will be rooting for the other side. As far as sharps, they've dibbled and dabbled. A couple of big positions they took were the Knicks and the Bucks. They took a little bit of the Kings at 3.5. They took some Pistons at 4.5. Took a little New Orleans at 5.5. Again, info purposes only, doesn't mean I agree with any of those right there. As far as totals, it's still early. I'm recording this early, but what has moved this morning was Sacramento, Washington over, Orlando, New Jersey under, Milwaukee, Chicago over, and Denver Clippers under. Were probably your biggest total moves so far up until this point, early in the late morning, early afternoon here on the East Coast. College basketball, there's so much one-sided games. A lot of games books are like, man, we're getting one-sided today, and they're gonna either need sharp money to come in on the other side, or they're just gonna hope probably move the line up to make sharps hop in and take the other side, just to balance out some of the action, because they're getting really like one-sided games and a lot of parlays with these following teams from the recreational betting public: the Purdue Boilermakers, Notre Dame Fighting Irish, St. Bonaventure, St. Joe's, Temple, George Mason, VCU, Delaware, Central Florida, Marquette, Vanderbilt, Michigan State, Southern Mississippi, and San Diego State are all sides that the books will be rooting for the other side. And a couple of those sides, sharps even hit last night. So they got the best of it. Now the public's hitting it, and now that leaves the books very vulnerable. So some of these numbers in some of these games will probably move. As the evening progresses. As far as some sharp money moves, Duquesne, Nebraska, West Virginia at 3.5 and 3. Northern Illinois, James Madison. Who else we got in here? George Washington a little bit. They took Illinois State, especially at 7 and 6.5. A little bit of Minnesota got scooped up. So that's pretty much the sides. As far as totals, West Virginia, Notre Dame under. That's a real true move. They hit that last night. I tweeted about it. Hitting again this morning. Old Dominion, Georgia State over. The Ohio game over. Mississippi game against Tennessee over. George Mason, Northeastern over. Tulane, SMU over. ECU, Memphis under. And there's probably going to be more moves later, but I wanted to do today's video early to kind of get the bulk of the early moves. And I always say, like, especially in college basketball, the moves the night before are much more true position. I like to say they're more accurate than opposed to some of the moves throughout the day, because some of these games, like for instance, you may see like a total move one way, like say West Virginia Notre Dame moved under last night and moved under all morning. It's going to eventually hit a point where some other sharps are going to hop in and say, okay, it got the value got extracted so much, now they're going to hit it over. So what they'll do is they'll pound it maybe over, like this happened with the DePaul St. John's total the other day. They hit it under. The night before and that morning, and then some other guys came back and bought it back over and hit it hard, and things flew up, and the game stayed under no problem. So you gotta be careful just following line moves and stuff on the blind. It's always good to have a contact on the other side of the betting window, whether it's a local book or who does decent action, or somebody who works in a sports book or something like that, or offshore, to have a contact to kind of keep you up to pace with what's going on. And since we do here in our little local market, we stay interacting with the local shops and stuff, gives us a little bit of an extra edge. But definitely do that in your town or whatever. Try to finagle with somebody to get it in with somebody who is able to give you some useful information as far as what's true and what's not true positions. So chasing those line moves, you could definitely burn you. All right, guys, that's it. I hope you all can use this information, and hopefully you have a profitable day.